Hello and welcome to Wrestleopinionated. This is our weekly show all about the shows of AEW. We are your hosts. I am Morg and this is...
Really rough guts, Matt Strange. And this is...
Perfectly healthy for once, Mo.
How have you both
Guys,
been?
if you were... over the last few days, for Christmas, Ruth's parents very considerately tried to buy me a lovely treat. They bought me a box of biscotti, which are just the posh biscuits that go on the side of Costco. On the side of coffees that they got from Costco. So I've been trying to eat through them as my snacks, but it's done terrible things to my...
Oh dear.
Morg, you are all of the noise.
Sorry.
All of the noise.
One guy with crisps in the cinema.
I just adjusted something and then that was a bad plan.
If my guts go off, I'm sorry if you can hear them, but it also smells awful, so if you see me going, that's why. How are you two?
Better than you, apparently.
Yeah, I'm grand. I've had a good week.
Just the tales of my farts, then. Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
Afraid so.
Awesome.
So this might be the first time you have listened to our podcast or watched us on YouTube or watched us on Twitch. Quick shout out to everyone on Twitch. Hello there. And as such, you would need to know we have a tier list, which is how we give our scores for the individual matches of Dynamite, Rampage, and the overall scores. Mr. Strange, are you ready?
Yeah, that's which way are we going this? What direction am I going? Let's talk about the Japanese school system, where the tier list actually comes from. It's based around the English school system, obviously letters working good, but what most people don't know is the S, the top of the tree, isn't for like special or wow, it actually stands for Sugoi, or like yay, good times, little weeb fact. Anyway, D-rank match, surely this won't come up this week. D-rank match or D-rank statement is shit. We don't care about watching it, we don't care what they're saying. The time in the ring was wasted, nobody got over, and I was sad that they had to be on my television. See, good wrestling. This is what we want from your average experience, from your average promo. Enough character work, enough good stuff in the ring. It's not going to blow your mind. You're not going to write home about it, but you're happy with the experience. It's past. You understood the characters. Hooray. B, like C, but definitely needs some story. And I want that match crisp. I want that promo section to get over the person attacking and the person defending. I want a little bit of storytelling, but it doesn't have to blow my mind. Match +1, that's a B. A, amazing, fucking top tier shit. We're talking great clean matches, some paradigm breaking moves, some cool stuff. We know why the wrestlers are there. We know what they're doing, why they're leaving. The promo section explains everything in a wonderful way, which gets everybody over. That's an A. Probably the best thing you'll see of the month. And Sugoi, S. Anybody else? Ninjas, luchadors, undead wizards,
undead
bikers. Not just cinematic stuff. I want a full fucking experience for an S-rank section. I want to send gifts of it to my mates. I want to tell people about it. I want Jericho sending dogs after drones. I want cowboys on horses in fields. Or I just want Daniel Bryan kicking the fucking shit out of somebody in a very good match, which is what I'm hoping for later. So that's it. D, shitty. C, good. B, match +1. A, amazing. Sugoi, a wonderful feast for my eyes that I can tell non-wrestling fans about. Boo.
There we go. So normally this is the segment where we do the news. We have made a decision to try and avoid the news for the last few days, mainly due to spoilers for... Do you want to have a rant, Mo? About YouTube and the stupid...
I will make it short and concise. YouTube and all people on YouTube need to not put spoilers in the fucking images of their thing so that people that haven't watched the pay-per-view don't get spoiled! Etc.
I apologise to anyone on headsets, but you know... Yeah. So because of that,
I've been there.
And so have I. I think mine was specifically aimed at What Culture as well for doing it.
Mine was What Culture as well.
Oh, AEW's actually YouTube channel's fucking awful.
AEW's YouTube channel does it, Cultaholic does it, What Culture does it, and Wrestle Talk does it. All four of these I follow.
We don't. Stick with us.
We don't.
Stick with us.
Look! Stick with us. We're too slow to the party.
Hey, look! 3 anime figures having a fight. Don't get that anywhere else.
As such, I'm also assuming, Mr. Strange, that you've been avoiding social media as well.
Yep, everything has been completely ignored. The only thing I can possibly say is the Control Your Narrative that went off. A lot of people have mocked it for looking like a dingy group of 100 people in a cellar. I kind of like that, but I haven't watched it yet, and I still don't know whether or not they're actually Nazis, apparently. So...
Dingy group of 100 people in a cellar, that sounds right up our street.
Doesn't it? So
that
I might
sounds
watch
like
that
a
and give...
Boyle Heights street fight to me.
Oh. So I'll actually watch that and give a brief rundown on it next week, I guess. I'll see what I think.
So, that said, it's straight on with the Dynamite review, and I quite enjoyed this Dynamite, I think. Right, Dynamite opens, JR, Excalibur, Schiavone on commentary, except Tony is not on commentary. He's actually in the ring to make the big Tony Khan earth-shattering announcement. Thoughts and scores?
He had a lot of cocaine energy in this promo, didn't he? Jesus shit. I don't know if it's because he's a timid man who isn't used to speaking to crowd, and we've all done crowd speaking when the first time you have to kind of hype yourself up and you look a bit stupid. Or he fucking bumped himself and ran down for that. Fair play. TK owns Ring of Honor. Exactly what I thought it was. More MCU wrestling goodness, hopefully. They now own the rights to their original show, so that's nice. The very first All In was on their library. See where it goes. I quite like Ring of Honor. If we get fucking Joe Hendry versus Max Caster in a song, oh, bullshit off, I'll be the happiest little indie shitter fan.
If we get Joe Hendry.
Just full stop.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a Joe Hendry fan, I have to admit. That guy is amazing. Any thoughts, Mo?
Like you said, he was so super hyped up. I think he mentioned Shane as well. There's no Shane here or something, he said.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. I kind of like this. I'm interested to see where it's going. I really, really hope they do like the WCW, WWE invasion angle. That's where we're going with this, right? Exactly.
Some carpet tubes from Kiddie.
I was going to suggest that we didn't rank this, but there is part of me that feels that we should at least give it a B, because I feel this announcement is worthy of a B. It's
actually interesting.
It's actually a big... I would say this is bigger hype than any of the others that came. This one actually felt like a massive thing.
I mean, yeah, for me, that man who doesn't care about NXT people, every NXT person, it's a fucking amazing announcement. What is it, Tony Khan? It's another man from that company I destroyed. Oh.
Right.
Now they're in my company.
Let's go for the big one. So he then announces the first match. Bryan Danielson versus Christopher Daniels. Danielson wins by stoppage. Thoughts and scores?
I had a lovely time with this match. It was very good. I love Christopher Daniels. I've missed him quite a lot. We are wrestling and grapples and hip tosses. A bit of taunting. It's nice. As much as I do enjoy the high-speed indie flip-off and just madness, Morg's dead. He's returned to the Shadow Realm. This is what I love in wrestling. I like to actually see wrestling. Like, and that's not to shit on everybody, but it had pace, it had balance. He did his CD did his Arabian press to the outside. That's the drop moonsault thing. Wonderful. Danielson takes the lead. Christopher Daniels, lots of vocal selling, not something you notice on performers, but when in the very brief time I trained, they always said make the ring loud, and CD does that, and it's great. Even more strikes, grappling, wrestling, struggles, counters. The best moonsault ever into the sleeper was good. The camera didn't help with his elbows to the top of his head, though. That if I had a criticism, it would be that. Can I say this was match plus one? Yes, I fucking can. It was a B. I had a great time. This was everything I wanted from just an opening match with some fucking wrestling.
I mean, look, I'm not disagreeing with you in the slightest. I gave it a B as well. I love this from dot one. I wasn't a Ring of Honor guy, as we've obviously all established over the last couple of months. I really liked just the little spatterings they were putting in there, the whole handshake thing, etc., etc. As a guy that doesn't really know, it was really, really nice. the pop Chris Daniels got was amazing. Really fucking loud. Really, really happy for the dude. Yeah, and I mean, he looked a fucking $1 million in this anyway. He got the shit kicked out of him. I mean, at one point, Daniel Bryan did his running knee into the corner so high. I genuinely thought Chris Daniels was about to lose his head. He just took to the air. It was brilliant. I have very little to say about it because I didn't write a huge amount because I was enjoying this so bloody much. I gave it a B.
I can't believe you both just gave it a B.
Oh no, it was really, really
high B. This was really good. Yeah.
This is what I should expect from a B.
Yes.
Go on, Morg.
No, you're right. I mean, it didn't even need to have there was story was in the match. Don't have to, I know we always talk about story in, story out, plot in, plot out, but there's also the story you tell in the fight, and this had it. I don't really, I have no notes, is all I will say. That is usually our standard. I've got a score, and that's it.
Sorry, I've just skimmed through some of the rest of the show, and I was like, yeah, low notes matches are the best matches. What's this page of A4? Oh, we'll come to that in a bit.
Yeah.
So then there is a Brian in-ring promo, which Mox comes out in. Any thoughts, comments?
I like the telegraph head stomp. The only problem I had with this promo, because all the words had energy to them, Mox didn't make any sense. He came down and went, "You want people to forget me," and I was like, "No, he doesn't. He wants you to join him and start. Yeah, you're not going to put me in the ground, so I'm forgotten." That's not what he said at any point during this arc. I don't think it brought the show down, but even Danielson looked a little bit confused, if you ask me. I haven't said any of that.
Do you think Mox grabbed the promo notes he was supposed to have for a New Japan match?
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, wait a minute.
Comes back. They go back to Gorilla at the back, and he's just like, "I am so sorry."
So that was for Tanahashi.
Yes.
Yeah, it felt a little disjointed exactly because of that.
Yeah.
It still had some nice bits in it. Like, I like D-Bry's exit. I really enjoyed that. The mic drop into the position into thanks.
Yeah.
It's just little shit heel bits. I love it. I gave it a C.
I'll give it a C.
Yeah,
It didn't bring anything down.
To be honest, I just rolled it into the other one.
Yeah, no fair.
Moving on from that, Darby and Sting promo. Any thoughts, comments?
Things seemed a little bit off, but it's a hell weird story. Darby's getting a lot better on the mic. Otherwise, standard wrestling. Give it a C.
Anything, Mo?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Can I go for a toilet break while you do this?
So, Casino Tag Team Battle Royal, which apparently Strange really hated.
I can't say I hated it. I might have, by the look of it. Right, I'm just going. Let's do this. The Casino Tag Battle Royal. Darius is back. That's nice. He looks good. It's nice to have a bigger guy to go with Dante. They're slightly different, still flippy together. Get a good set of chop-off exchanges with them and FTR. And get some good showing for Top Flight, though. We're really putting them over, which is nice. Still time for a Max Rap as he comes out. Pretty good one. They did cut a verse about Putin, but I get it. And then a bunch of people lay on the floor for that. Then FTR feed the Acclaim their own shit briefly. 15 come in and feed Max more shit. That's Angels and 10. Angels is 5, 15. Just roll with what I'm saying. Top Flight still lying on the floor for this period. An 8-man clusterfuck goes up to 10, but at least Butcher was there, and I got to see his big, beautiful face. I love him so much. A lot of people lying down at this point. Angels gets fucking Hadoukened out of the ring. 11 men in the ring as the Blondes arrive. Usual Rumble clusterfuck. Pillman goes out. Bear Country comes in picture. That's 12 men. And the Powerful come out. 14. They're who instantly eliminate Bear Country, who are in the break only, which is a bit sad because they've got a great look. Then Max out. Best friends in. 15 people. Griff goes as the Smash Bros come in. That's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. 16 people. Then there's a clusterfuck throughout. But that part wasn't boring. It was an exciting clusterfuck. Everybody was occupied. Blade slapped out. Takes all of Dark Order to take out Butcher, which was nice. Put him over. He's a big shape. Books in 17. A lot of people lying down for their entrance. Blessed Wingmen coming in picture, and they're great. One of the most fun parts I had. The Guns come in as the break end, but might count 21 people if they've been announcing all of the eliminations, which I'm pretty sure they haven't been. Guns instantly eat shit and are out. We're back down to 19 people. Arn's son and his friend come out after that, back to 21. I had to miss a minute as Ruth went to bed. I put her to bed, came back, the Wingmen and Grayson went out, making me sad and ruining my maths for the entire thing. Anyway, 2.0 in, big clusterfuck energy still going on. Trent almost snaps Uno's neck on the ropes and we get a Danhausen spot. Santana and Ortiz get a lame elimination and Trent go, leaving us with the manageable FTR, Bucks and Top Flight. Bucks sit down and watch FTR fight Top Flight. They still put them over quite a bit. Red Dragon helped the Bucks take out bald FTR, who's the only one left. Just leaning Bucks. Red Dragon returning FTR. At some point, hold on, Bobby Fish went out because it made me sad because he's actually my favourite member of that trio of people who came because I like his fighting style and his moustache. Nice booking of them to put Arias into the last few. I like that. And he did a Spanish fly, and I fucking love Spanish flies, so I like that. If he takes out Nick, we get an okay apron fight, and a dick kick helps Matt win it. It was a fine clusterfuck. I gave it a C for a Rumble thing. I didn't hate everything that went on. I was certainly entertained in points. Don't think it was a D. It wasn't my kind of match. Go on, Mo, convince me.
No,
Give me in a different direction. What's your journey?
I gave it a low C. In my heart, I wanted to give it a D. I know I was being a harsh prick. Because the problem was that there was a lot of sections where I was just like, oh god, this needs to hurry the fuck up. But there were some really good bits in it. You know, there is some nice setups for what could potentially go forward. There was a bit where, probably when you were away with Ruth, there was a bit between Bowens and Ten where Bowens was going for Ten's mask like it happened the week before.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm wondering whether there's going to be a demasking of Ten when he realises he only loses when people go for his mask, sort of thing. So there's a few nice little things like that just brought it out for me. Just not a fan of 458 people in the ring. It doesn't do anyone any good. No one looked phenomenal at any of the points where there was lots of people in. I gave it a low C.
Morg.
I just gave it a C. It was a battle royal. You know my thoughts on them. This was a bit more like a Royal Rumble, so I enjoyed it more. The only problem was the big surprise was the one at the beginning, and I wish they hadn't released all the teams that were going to be in it. Irrelevant of me not knowing who they all were. I didn't get to have the pop for a team, and it would have nice to have been having a returning team or something as well. But yeah, it was a C. It was a Rumble. It was good. It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bloody good.
Hang on, I haven't done it for a while. It's all right.
All right. Oh, the Morg soundbite. We've not asked all right for a while. It was a mid-tier. It's all right.
It's all right. Moving on from there, we had a Jericho backstage promo.
Solid heel energy. Should have had this instead of last week's thing, in my opinion. Good comes from it, which I'll be covering later. Nice having Proud the Powerful showing up and still showing that Santana's less into Jericho and Ortiz is the more friendly bridge building one. It's a C. Not big on shoot-based word promos. It's not my energy.
Yeah.
I found a little bit. I found it entertaining. I did. I mean, I still gave it a C. I found it entertaining. Yeah. And yeah, I like the little fist bumpy thing as they walked in as well. That's kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It was alright. It was wrestling. Right. That time. CM Punk segment. CM Punk cuts promo. MJF comes out. MJF then jumps Punk. with a low blow. Beat down with rest of the Pinnacle turning up. Darby, Sting, and Sammy eventually for the save. Thoughts and scores? I'll give you mine at the end on this.
Oh, it was wonderful. Good Phil expressions as he came out to the ring. Good words, complex storytelling, all stuff I'm a big fan of. He made a good Frankenstein's monster reference, which I thought was a nice little thing. Did I make this? And I liked him using kayfabe as the terrible things he did. I remember when I did this fucking awful thing back then, and I did this. I was like, yes! Yes! Remember, it's a fucking TV show! And Max came down, and there was the hug, and I was waiting for it, and I was like, oh, this is... And then fucking kicked off, and I was like, yeah! 4 heel turns with never being face! The fucking mega heel. I love him.
Ropey.
His shirt. Wardlow looked so fucking done at that point when he was called out. Lot of fucking colour as well. Works really well with the double white shirt. Beautiful. Properly evil Max. And a hanging. I've not seen a hanging outside of Stardom in some time. Big Kagetsu energy. I wrote down at least a B. I wanted to hear what you guys said.
Yeah, so I mean, I gave it a B+. I gave it high B, and I was really like, do I take that jump to the A? And I think the only reason I pulled it away a little bit is because I think he could have got killed even more than he already did. As bad as that sounds, I thought the big guy was going to go on for a lot longer, and it just took the end. I mean, it was bad. Don't get me wrong, It was really bad. That was a lot of claret. But yeah, there's little bits. Punk he references Stone Cold at one point without referencing Stone Cold properly and stuff like that. I had great fun watching this. Again, much like you, just going, he's gonna do it soon. He's gonna do it. He's done it. And it was a massive celebration for me when I was watching it, which is mental.
Like, he's the baddie.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey.
Shit!
Fuck it. I'm just talking about it. This is about the third time I've done this. Just talking about it reminds me how much I enjoyed it. A. Fuck it.
Bad luck, Strange. It's an A.
I said at least a B. I'm more than willing to say this was an A segment.
This was phenomenal. I, like you, really liked the kayfabe. God, I'd forgotten how good Punk is at these kind of promos when he's just talking, and that was a muster speech. That one was. It had a whole purpose of where you were going, and you just rambled on, keep it, and and then MJF's promo at the end. I loved the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. You know, the unusual suspects
bits in the world even exist.
Yeah. I loved that. I just thought the whole thing was really, really good. Really well done. Not as good as Max's. I do have a... Yes, he never officially came out of the right-hand door, but last week's promo was the closest to a face turn he's ever come before turning heel. I don't think we can put it on his scoreboard, but I also don't think he turned face, if that makes sense.
No, that's what I said. He's never successfully turned face. Yeah. It's always been like the Jericho thing. He's been a shit with Jericho, and he's turned on him. Heel turn 3.
Yeah. But yes, this was phenomenally good. And boy, and I really like Darby, Sting, and Sammy coming out for the save.
Yeah, no,
Darby, Sting makes sense, and they're all on the same page at the minute. For the pay-per-view. More on that later. Well, not for me, unfortunately, because I believe that is a match that I want to take my earplugs out for, because unfortunately I haven't been able to watch Rampage this week. Then we had a Keith Lee backstage segment, which is interrupted by Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs. Thoughts and scores?
Ricky did the voice again. I love it. I love it so much. I don't understand why they're threatening Keith Lee in particular. They haven't done it to anyone else. It makes no sense. The story has come out of nowhere. But on the other hand, the entirety of AEW has begun going, we don't know what to do with this face. Oh, just have Team Taz bully them. So I'm all right with it.
They explained the reasons why and later on. and they give at least an 8% reason why.
Oh, fuck me, son. 8%. Skippable C.
Anything to add, Mo?
No, I'm sorry, I interrupted and threw you massive up on a tangent there. Yeah, C.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was wrestling. I believe the storyline is they've got history off the Indies. I believe that's that.
That would make sense.
I think it's that Ricky and Keith Lee have history on the Indies, or certainly know each other if they don't interlock. Right, next. Women's 5 minutes. No, I'm joking. This was actually a fairly decent length match. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter with Rebel versus Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa. Rosa wins with the Fire Thunder Driver. Thoughts and scores?
Right, okay. Alright start. Hayter sadly eating shit and some more shit until some shenanigans give the heels the heel control for picture-in-picture 101. But Rosa gets some offense back, so it's not one-sided. Rosa obviously tags as the break ends, so Martinez can clear the ring, and some of her complete lack of chemistry with the other women showed, I'm afraid to say, in my opinion. A boot from Hayter just completely didn't connect at one point. Rosa and Britt had this weird exchange of strikes, if you ask me. Everything seemed to have broke down and got a bit weird, and then Rosa won. I want to hear from you guys before I rate this, because I wasn't impressed with this match.
I had to stop watching and come back to it. I didn't enjoy it. I haven't given it a D because there was a couple of bits. It was what it was, but like you said, lack of chemistry was a major factor. But also like things at the beginning, Britt v Thunder right at the beginning, they were hitting each other and they were not connected. Like nothing. You know, I know people aren't going to absolutely leather the crap out of each other unless they're Daniel Bryan, but like it was, everything just felt wet and a bit. I don't know whether they actually gave a fuck about this, whether this was put on last. In fact, no, because it was announced last week, wasn't it?
I mean, I know they've had some Twitter drama hinted at, but I didn't know if that was shoot or work. Maybe they don't like each other. Just very strange.
Usually, if it's hinted at and they're in the same company, it is work.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it a low C, and I think I was being fairly kind to it. Like I said, I had to stop and walk off and go and get a drink to come back and carry on watching it because I just wasn't into it. But I don't know if I'm sexist. The internet will tell me. So,
I gave it a C. It was all right. It was a match, but it was just a match. It didn't put me on the edge of my seat. The only thing that made me go "ooh" was who won and how she won. Was that Thunder Road won that clean? Worries me. I know they've played this trick on us before, but that is usually the call for. And I did say I thought it was too early for Britt to lose it, though. So, you know, yeah. But
I cannot comment because I have watched the paper.
Don't blow Thunder away. Right, yeah. So yeah, I gave it a C.
I'm just gonna write down the ranks and then plus that women's match.
Yeah,
I think that's
fair.
Their ranking.
We then had Ty and Anna in a backstage promo, which is interrupted by Jade and Smart Mark Sterling. Any thoughts, comments?
Absolute worst holding back of a person who's trying to assault another person I've ever seen. Otherwise, we can skip it. Oh no!
Leave it at Tracy's not worth
Leave
it.
it at! Hold my shirt.
So then we had Sammy Guevara's cue cards. Anything to say?
Sometimes I remember he's in the inner circle and the word honour looks really wrong without the U. Those are my only two notes.
We then had a Statlander and Hirsch promo package. I thought it was all right.
Definitely not an alien anymore. I loved Hirsch. I think Hirsch is fucking great.
Yeah, I mean,
fart wrestling. I want to know what's going on with Statlander. Can we just get? Is she still an alien? Is she a? I might learn that they've got a match on the preview, pre-show, or on the main show.
Pre-show.
So she said, "You will see something new from me," or words to that effect in this. The fucking alien's dead. It has been taken outside and shot because they want more from her now. But yeah.
Has to happen eventually, sadly. So I'm down with it. As much as I enjoy a goofy indie gimmick, it only survives on the main TV screen so far.
Unless your name's Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, but his gimmick is still "I'm a lazy dude," not "I'm from space."
Yes, I know, but right. Following on from that, this was. So I've ranked the match separately in this.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Wardlow with Sean
The match
Spears
was awful.
versus Cesar Bononi. I've given it D-squash.
One powerbomb for Cesar Bononi. One. Look at him. Dude's like 9 feet tall. He could have had something. Yeah, we'll skip talking about the match. I'll give that a D.
So then we we had Wardlow wins with the Powerbomb Symphony. Then we had Wardlow and Spears. I'm gonna say promo segment. Thoughts and scores.
A great chair catch. I've never seen somebody catch a swinging wrestling chair without it being the most telegraphed thing in the world. He probably went, bro, and I caught it, and I was like, oh, it's on! And I got to see Spears' silly facial expressions with the hint of mad stuff. As a Sean Spears fanboy of his amazing facial expressions and jobbery yet skillful combination as a wrestler, right? And more of it came through. I'm guessing I'm gonna see more at the pay-per-view. Looks at Mo's face. I had a good time.
Distraction.
I should water that cactus. You shouldn't have to say that, should you? I'm excited. It was good. Killed this bitch. Look at that.
Oh, jeez. What a fucking Matt Finger of Death.
Yeah, we did once do a tier list all about plants that Strange has killed.
Yeah, I'm really bad.
Any thoughts from you on this, Mo?
No, it was enjoyable. Sean Spears is the best thing about it. Fucking great. I really enjoyed this. No, I've got nothing else to say. It was fucking fun. The only thing I want to say is almost every single people that are in the ladder match of the pay-per-view, Face of the Revolution match, keep doing the Keith Lee fingers thing. Every single fucking time.
You mean the Wardlow fingers thing?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it?
The thing that Wardlow was doing before Keith Lee arrived in the company.
I know,
but Wardlow's gimmick.
Not for me.
Wardlow's AEW gimmick, but for Wardlow in AEW.
No, Keith Lee's, mate.
Oh, that NXT guy who just joined.
He was main roster. Briefly.
That worked well, didn't it?
Yeah, this was good.
I will rank this with the second part, the continuation.
Yeah, it was a good setup for a face turn. Crowder into it. Wardlow's... Yeah, importantly, Crowder behind him.
Me.
So my only issue with the whole thing is, with bringing Keith Lee in, as much as I love him, is we now have two monster baby faces, or we will have soon. But I think Wardlow will be the more monster. Keith Lee will be the mountain you have to climb type baby face.
Friendly man.
Yeah.
Very cuddly.
Oh, yeah, he is. Right, following on from that, we had a House of Black promo. Thoughts and scores?
He stood in height order. And we're bound to get a trios belt at some point. That was about all I really took away from it. I suppose I'll give it a C.
I've enjoyed it. I mean, I haven't written anything about it other than C, but I remember that I was like, enjoyed it.
I look up to him because he is class.
Oh, I want a reinvention of that particular gimmick done by the House of Black, that particular sketch done by the House of Black. Yeah,
I look down at him because he is ginger. He looks up to me because I am a taller ginger. We all look up to him because he is a brunette. Sorry, Mo.
Yeah, it was good. Good wording and good words.
Yeah, they're solid.
So, following on from that, we had Wardlow, Spears, and MJF backstage segment. Any comments?
some fucking S-tier sniping in here. The little slap, the Ionia family. I mean, why Wardlow gets so many matches on the main show if he's not employed by AEW, and why he has a record doesn't make a lot of sense, but we can skip over that for the fucking wonderful soap opera for boys we're watching unfold. And ladies. Wardlow's there. And me. Overall, I'm going to give the whole storytelling of Wardlow in this episode a B. I think we've had a nice set of stories. He's tied in. We've had facial expressions. We've had the obvious preliminary Spears match he's going to have. And whatever I get to see at the pay-per-view, Mo. Yeah, I'm going to give it a B overall. They've really, after us going, it's time to get on this, they're getting on it. Hooray!
I really enjoyed this. My only negative takeaway is that MJF is a minging bastard. He's still cleaning blood off of his from like 45 minutes an hour before. He should really just get himself a shower. Like, he should have already cleaned up. Come on.
There was a lot of blood, though.
I mean, there was, but yeah, it's running water at least.
Maybe it was a little bit sort of Lady Macbeth. Yeah, I think a B for the whole thing. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Strange. I think yeah. So then we have. Right, hang on. Let me take my earplugs out because I'm ready for the anger to start. Cole and Red Dragon versus Hangman and the Beaver Boys. Cole wins with the boom. Thoughts and scores.
It's all right as a match goes. We open with Hangman battering Fish, which is a shame because he's my favourite of the three. A few tags, faces maintain the lead until the heels get to wail on Reynolds for a bit, which is a shame because Reynolds is really in shape, really wrestler shaped, and really good in that ring. And he doesn't really get as much chance to show it as he could. Shenanigans let the heels get the edge on Hangman so we can have a teaser of him versus Cole, obviously. Then they split up. Picture lets the heels wail on Silver. Fish does his rope jump senton that I really like, where he hops over, then hops back in the senton. It's just a nice little move. I'm a fan of that. Break ends. Doesn't heal Silver. Reynolds is apparently annihilated with a barrier bump. He's out for a little while. Hangman tags in and beats the established tag team Red Dragon on his own, which I'm always not a fan of, especially as AEW was always tag wrestlers aren't weaker than singles wrestlers. They just happen to be tagging. Then a hockey fight into a rotating clusterfuck. I'm not a fan of hockey fights. The rotating clusterfuck was all right. Somehow it ends with Reynolds and Cole in the ring with everybody else fucking dead on the floor. Reynolds gets an okay showing, but then obviously loses. I gave it a C. It was all right. I had a good time. An amazing time. I hate Adam Cole, so...
Yeah, I mean, I gave this a high C. I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything spectacular. My major takeaways from it: Silver just has a better. I mean, I know I'm a Silver fanboy anyway, but his presence in the ring felt bigger than Adam Page's at one stage at the beginning of the match. I don't know what it was that the crowd were more behind him than when Page hopped in at one stage. There was a few nice little back and forths. I think this is the second or third time watching these guys where I just go, I feel sorry for Reynolds. I feel sorry for him. But
it's real good.
But I've only seen a couple of bits of him being really good.
Yeah.
And it's only because other people have said about him that it makes me go, oh, I'm expecting more.
This is going to earn controversy, but on a technical level, he's a better wrestler than Silver.
Oh, fucking dare you. I will fight you in a...
Come to fight me, guys. He's gone. He's left to get in his car and come and fight me. Which is going to be a shame because he's going to drive for 2 hours and get his ass beat. Hi, Mo.
Oh, yeah? Is that right?
I don't know whether there's some weird thing
Keithley.
where I boot you out here, Mo, because that's whenever I... minimise your screen from being the main screen. It always happens just after I've done that.
I do wonder, because this is the only time in these chats that I get
I'm wondering if
removed from anything.
If there's some kind of weird bug in our Discord channel. Anyway,
Discord trying to protect you from yourself.
So yeah,
I'm not going to fight you for real. I'm going to run you over in my car.
I gave it a C. I thought it was an okay match. I thought it was a C.
Yes.
So, Mr. Strange.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Power of letter maths.
On the grand scale of Meltzer chucking gold stars at things, I've done my ranks backwards this week. Only a high C. Like, overall, everything was alright. Don't get me wrong, we had some fucking fabulous bits of seasoning to this episode. We had some really good wrestling, but there was a lot of mediocrity in there. So I'd say it was a medium dinner with a delicious dessert. The dessert wasn't the last match. We had some nice sorbet in between courses, is probably a better way to put it.
I tell you something good, though. It wasn't terrible, and it was a go-home
show. It wasn't
show.
Terrible!
And it was a go-home show.
Yeah, I was going to call you guys out on this. I don't know if I put it on our messenger thing or not. Well, I was just like, thought you guys said these shows were bad just before a pay-per-view. Because I know you're not going to want to listen, but Rampage was also all right.
Yeah, so I will be taking my earbuds out for at least one match in Rampage. Strange will have to do what he did last time and just wave at me. And I've just realised
the signal.
The sun's moved. Quick shout out to Twitch. Hi to everybody in Twitch. After Rampage, we will be taking any questions. If you want to chuck anything up in the chat, we will answer them. Please, no spoilers for Revolution. Mr. Strange, Miss Mo, this is your show for the minute. It's that time.
Ready for Revolution Rampage run through. It's called
Nice.
that. But only if it's before Revolution. Excalibur, Starks, Jericho, and Taz on the commentaries. We open with Darby versus Sammy versus Andrade. Sammy wins with a senton.
You want to take the headphones out for this, mate? There we go.
That's what he had.
They put them back in.
Why did he put him back in? He said, I'm taking him out to go.
I was watching him.
Oh, anyway, I had a really good time with this match. Faces gang up on Andrade, and then he's gone so Darby and Sammy can fight for a little while. And I thought, is he going to get fucking mogged in this match? Is it going to be awful? He came back. Andrade was a boss for these two in this thing, and it was wicked. The lifting of Sammy holding Darby in a brainbuster, I thought was incredibly dangerous, and you probably shouldn't do that, but it did show exactly how strong this luchador is. And Andrade got heel control for the break, obviously, with some belt whips. And I was like, here it comes. He wins for the break. Then he's, battered. No. Andrade keeps fighting, and his strength keeps that for quite a long time. As I said, big boss energy on him. Basically a 2-on-1. Darby whips him with his spiked belt, and Flippers regain control for a little bit. And then at one point, I'm going to stand up. Andrade did a rollover on Sammy, then deadlifted him with his legs so the weight pointed at the other end into a suplex. I watched that 3 times because it was fucking sick. Anyway, a solid clusterfuck to the end, a coffin drop, a senton, a blah blah blah. Little shades of can they coexist. Andrade looked ace. I gave it a B. A story in, told a story in the ring, a little bit out, and the match was fucking cool.
This was fucking awesome. I fucking loved this. I've watched it twice. I really, really loved it. Had a lot of fucking fun. Even just like, I know he's done it before, but it still looked fucking amazing when he did the fucking moonsault, landed on his feet, then straight into a standing moonsault straight after it. Just like fucking perfect. Andrade, he was MVP of this match, 100%. He doesn't just look phenomenal, he acts phenomenal, and everything about it is fucking great. I am on fucking board. Well and truly. I fucking love this. I don't have a lot to say other than how much I love this. You might have noticed I love this. I gave this an A.
You know what? I'm going to go with you. Let's give this fucker an A. I had a great time, and I'm excited for what comes for it. Right, let's summon him back.
Well, 2 secs. I also like the no handshake rollout as well.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I'm safe now.
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool.
I didn't expect the match that you guys had raved about but not given me any spoilers for to be the first one. That's why I went to put the earbuds back in, because I assumed it would be the main event, and it'd be the same as last time when Strange went, no, you need to take the earbuds out for this one.
No, they opened with this shit. Right, next up is a Death Triangle promo. There's another light spoiler here, Morg.
No,
depends how you're feeling.
Go on.
Alex is now an evil cultist, and I loved it. They call out Black, the House of Black. I was like, oh no, is Alex gonna wrestle? They've basically called him out to a trios. House of Black talk back to them from the Teletron in the Shadow Realm and then teleport into the ring to call him out. And fucking Eric Redbeard, who's been in AEW before, so I'm not angry about it, fucking comes down, clears the ring, security comes through him, they clear security, he looks massive. And then Penta broke one of their arms. Yes, Morg! Didn't get a House of Black, but random security guy, Penta's wearing gauntlets now as well. They're going full fucking lucha bullshit. And they've borrowed a 9-foot Viking to finish this off. I was excited. I gave it a B.
I was also excited. I also gave this a B. I was great. Felt sorry for the security dude. Oh well, sucks to be you. Let's hope you've got health insurance.
I'm glad Eric Redbeard has got work. He was the weaker of the wrestler of the Wyatt family, but he's not terrible. And
he had some really good bits near the end of his run.
It was
solid.
But it was when he was working.
All I know is
it's when he was working with Brian Danielson.
It gave him a giant spider in a box, and I went, I can watch this. And people said it was shit. And as opposed to committing to it and having him coming down to the ring with this spider on a piece of string and stuff, they just smashed it and fired him. If they'd have gone, there's a giant 9-foot man with a red mohawk that comes out to the ring with a giant radio-controlled spider, I'd have been like, time to watch WWE again, I guess. Time for some top-tier wrestling.
It was when he was working with. It was when he was working with Brian. Yeah. That was the thing that really gave him stuff. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
Boomer Man and Scorpio Sky cut a promo. Scorpio still deserves a title shot. Paige Van Zandt is coming. Very skippable. Hopefully she can wrestle. I don't know. Keith Lee versus JD Drake. Keith Lee wins with what looked a bit like a Death Valley driver. I'm not sure they didn't name the moves, but he was on the shoulders and he went sideways. No intro for JD Drake. That's a shame. I love the wingman, but we don't have enough time. It's Rampage. Ricky Starks joins for commentary and keeps doing his Keith Lee impression. Which gets me. Very okay match. Not my kind of match. Lots of big boys slapping and tackling. We didn't really get any suplexes or slams for 90% of it. They mostly control. JD gets a bit in pick and pick. JD does a senton and a moonsault, which were pretty much the first moves I noticed. I was like, oh, JD Drake doesn't look like a man who can do a moonsault. Fair play. Gave it a low C. Very there. It was very there.
I gave it a straight C. It weren't great. It was actually a little bit disappointing, knowing what Keith Lee can do. I don't know whether they've said to him, "Hey, hold back. Let's just hold back. You're not going to be the ultimate destroyer. Let's give people some shit to get in on you." Which probably goes hand in hand with you saying about he's the mountain before the pinnacle beast of faceness between him and Wardlow. I think that's probably, I agree with you there, Morg, with your comment about that. This is where we got the 8% of why Ricky Starks and that are going for him, though. Taz tells a story about how Keith Lee didn't want to shake his hand backstage. And it's disrespect, and they can't be dealing with disrespect. Then Jericho goes, "Taz, you did that to me in Canada once." And he was like, I didn't want you to bring that up. That's per normal. I fucking love them guys on the fucking commentary. They're fucking awesome. Absolute brilliant commentary. I just gave it a C. It was just whatever.
Anyway, then the wingmen run out to get battered, obviously. Then Starks and Hobbs go to taunt him, and then Orange Cassidy and all the people from the ladder match look at each other. Wrestling things. Then CM Punk did a counter promo to MJF whilst covered in blood and having his head taped up. He had very angry, fighty, sweary energy, and I was like, oh, I quite like this, Phil. He used the line, "I'm going to walk you like a dog," which is phenomenal. Big murder energy. He is a solo piece. Tied in with the overall story arc they're telling, which is I'm only going to put a B down because it's solo and on its own, and it's on Rampage, so it's not as good. But yeah, I'm very excited for this feud. I think it's a wonderful pairing, and we could continue to go on about how great this is. We've done it all day. What's your rank, Mo?
B. It was cool.
Hooray. Same thoughts. Then Jade did a promo, and Tay came out and assaulted her, and it added nothing. So we'll skip that.
My actual words are, oh God, Jade Cargill.
I said these promos were going to be awful. Morg, take your headphones off. Deep versus Layla Gray 5-minute challenge. Layla briefly goes for the cat and mouse method, which I thought it would be clever. They even mentioned it on comms. Then Deep won within 45 seconds, I want to say. A post-match strategy lock. And then Sheeta came back, who was our second women's champion. Morg very over with the crowds, big fighting spirit. What a passionate champion, as the internet would like to say. She draws on her face a lot. So if you weren't excited about it, I can understand where the crowd was. And she hit her with a stick a lot. And she'd written, I'm back on her face. I gave it a C because Sheeta came back. It wasn't the best return. And I don't think they used this 5-minute challenge well enough to build that up.
It needed to have been started quite a bit earlier for that, for it to be a really big thing. And for her to just come out as the 5-minute challenge. Which
wouldn't that have been better?
That would have been a shitload better. It makes very little sense otherwise. I mean, Sheeta just had her ass handed to her by Deeb when I started this.
Okay, so you at least understand the return.
Yeah.
Give it.
Oh, I didn't actually write a score down because it was a D squash with an all right thing, so separate D and C. I don't know.
As the expert with the patrician taste, I'll just give it a C because Sheeta came back. Right, let's summon Morg. He's trapped in the Shadow Realm.
Okay, I'm back.
Right, then Eddie Kingston promo, and it was fucking wicked. I love this man, and I have met him in real life and trained with him, and he is fucking awesome. And, oh God, his mockery of using shoot terms. Ooh, using insider terms. The line of, kayfabe may be dead, but we don't have to piss on its grave. And then he went to catering for some pie. It was an A-rank promo, and I loved it. Because I'm sick of these fucking out-of-character terms being used in character. You can have a Marvel film where Deadpool goes, oh, I'm in a movie. You can't have the X-Men look to the camera and go, by the way, I'm acting. It would be shit. Stop doing it. Thank you, Eddie, for mocking it for me.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves Deadpool. I gave it an A, so let's not get into this.
As a brief side moment to you two up there and any of our fans. There's a deep, dark, angry Deadpool rant inside me about the comics. I owned the entire original 60-issue run of Deadpool, every single printed special, up to the end of the Cable and Deadpool series where he started getting other writing. And I can rant about the diluting of a good product for the sake so morons can shovel it into their face like fucking cereal and decorate their walls with pop figures for hours. But this is a wrestling podcast. Next, Mark Henry interviewed Christian Cage and Ethan Page. They were both good. Cage wasn't too insulting. Ethan Page has a lovely smile and then looked sad. And the match comes on. Christian Cage, now we know the final person in the ladder match, wins with the kill switch, a finisher I hate. They had a lock-up! They locked up! Oh, wrestling! And wrestling start with Christian taking the lead, straight into picture-in-picture so Page could take the heel lead. But we got strikes, we got suplexes. The inverted suplex was held for too long. I get bored with that and don't know why they don't do anything. You like long-held suplexes?
Blood rushing to the head. Look how strong this dude is. Look how athletic that guy is.
You weren't watching the era of AEW where they had like every match.
Everyone was doing it. And the only one that was any good was the Inner Circle one, because it used to be Santana and Ortiz and they would hand the person across. Yeah. That was, but the problem was, every big wrestler added it. It's like when the Canadian Destroyer got popular.
Right, I see.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite moves. But yeah, sorry, carry on, Strange.
It's alright. The usual post-break Senzu being heals back up Christian and he just batters Page for a bit, but, he's owed it after the heel run. We get a few alternating exchanges. Then he drops out of the Ego's Edge, which is a better finisher, and does the kill switch on him. Think he could have probably dropped down holding those arms and rotated into it as a cool counter. Didn't do that. Anyway, it's what I would call a standard American wrestling match. Lockups, strikes, some slams. You know who's going to win going in and out. Gave it a high C. It was wrestling. Not quite a B. But yeah, all right. Good.
See, I gave this a C. And I don't know whether it was just, is it okay I had Christian won? And I love Christian. I do. But I want to see Page in that match for the face of Revolution. I thought it would be better. Yeah, you get the ladder man, Christian Cage going into it, which makes that storyline sense. But I think I would have been more entertained even Page going into it personally. But the match was good. It was a good match. Like it wasn't anything phenomenal, no groundbreaking anything really. I just gave it a C.
Page has to be in the match so that when he loses, he can realise he's putting all of his attention into Jurassic Express and not focusing on himself as a wrestler, and that has hindered him. It has brought him back. Storyline. Anyway, then his kids came out to celebrate him, and then the Bucks and Red Dragon came out to stare at them, and there was a Tope Con hero and stuff, wrestling. Anyway, pretty good Rampage. Strong start, good finish. Couple of weak spots in the middle, a few surprises. B, would you fucking believe for the Rampage? I'm not going to say that a lot of it was sold on one Kingston promo and one opening match, but they definitely helped. But overall, that gives us you know what? We only gave Dynamite a high C because although it was really good, they were bringing us. I think overall, for our preview, our Road to Revolution, one might say, it's been a B wrestling week. It's been above average. We've had a lot of story in. We've got some story going out. Hopefully, I'll learn more tonight. And the wrestling has already been solid and exciting. Good stuff.
Fantastic. There you have it. That's our reviews for this week's week in AEW. This is the point where we answer any questions. There are no questions currently in Twitch. And we have nothing sent in to us from any other places. If you want to send us some messages, please do send them to wrestleopinionated@gmail.com, WrestleOP on Facebook, WrestleOP1 on Twitter, or come and join us on Twitch. And it's my watch. Come and join us on Twitch and you come and ask your questions live and properly catch us out without knowing what we're going to talk about. That being said, because we have a lot of wrestling this week, we will have another show Wednesday or Thursday around about the same time, and we will be giving you our thoughts on Revolution. I want to thank Anchor.fm for hosting the podcast. We are Wrestle Opinionated on Anchor.fm, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitch. Over to you, Mr. Mo. Moment.
Crap! I actually hadn't thought about this. I'm the worst. This is literally what I'm named after. MJF. Just straight up. That was amazing. Just the whole freaking thing. I'm 85 days not fired. I think I'm going to start doing the Goldberg thing. I think it's 85. I'm going to start doing the Goldberg thing, so I'll start racking up the thousands.
What, you're going to sort of add extra episodes on the sly that you did in...
just sneak them in.
Yeah.
In a
Just
tournament.
because you guys were sleeping doesn't mean I was.
A tournament in the Himalayas. Mr. Strange.
Anyway, if you could share this on to your other fellow wrestling fans, please do send us some questions. It's always nice to interact with people. And please like, share, subscribe, pass it on to whoever you can. Click the little heart button, the little 5 bars. Or I'll go around Mo's house and beat him up instead. I've got no military-based injuries. You probably have.
You used to be a chef. You used to be a chef. You've definitely got injuries.
So yeah, cheers. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Pass it on. Back to you, Morg.
All that's left to be said is goodbye and good night.